Yes, guys, welcome to the Cooler Chess podcast. Today I'm with Jerry Z. We're going to discuss Chelsea 2024-2025 Premier League fixtures. Then, as time goes on, we're going to talk about the latest in the Euro. So, Jerry Z, how are you?
Hello, Tobeho. I'm doing great. It's a good start to the week from the weekend. The Euros 2024 are here. The summer transfer market is on, and it's a brilliant, summer over here in Scotland. Not so much for the first game for the Scottish team. I'm in Scotland, as I'm sure the audience and and we played against Germany, and I was watching with my Scottish friend, the opening game. So I had to hide my feeling for Germany. So yeah, it's a great start to the tournament. The Chelsea transfer news and everything, is going on. So many links, a few signings already. So everything feels like coming back to life and things are progressing. It's a great tournament again, Euro 2024. Then we will wait for the preseason. So exciting times, Tobeho.
Thank you, Jerry. So, before we address the fixtures, right? So, are you ready for the new season after seeing the fixtures?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm very much. I am ready. I hope the Chelsea manager is ready. I hope the Chelsea manager is ready. I'm ready. Um, the first game is against Manchester City, right? The first game is against the mighty, the iconic, the legendary, the best team in the world, Manchester City, or Real Madrid with Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are winning Champions League left, right, and center. So one may argue. So City, Real Madrid, the best team in the world. You can pick the one you want. Um, but for sure in England, the best team in the last 8 years, right? I mean, we cannot argue their charges, their issues, one side. We'll see what happens with that. Apart from that, because this is yet to be resolved. For sure, I mean, we cannot argue they won six league in the last 7 years, right? To Beho. As much as someone don't want, but this is the reality. They are the best team in England and maybe in Europe also. So it's good in a way. The first game, at least it's at home, right? The first game is at home against Man City, so it's Enzo Maresca against his former boss, his mentor Pep Guardiola. So it can get any better than that, right? The one of the main reason I believe they signed Maresca was because of his 1 year experience with the mighty, with the legendary, iconic Guardiola. So to play Man City in the first game, I would even say it's a good time to play Man City because it's the first game, right? Usually, of course, their players, many of them, like we know the De Bruyne's of this world, Doku, and so many like Alvarez in Copa America, John Stones, Walker, all of them involved in like mostly in Euros, some of them in Copa America, and are expected to go far. So and then they will have a preseason. So Man City players might be a bit fatigued at this time. It might, and we know that usually they take time to start. So I think it's a good time to play, but Man City is Man City. Even if their players are so occupied in international tournaments, I'm sure they will be ready for the first game, and it will be interesting. The most interesting thing for me is to see how Mariska will set up, because it's supposed to be a possession-based philosophy. How will he set up against Manchester City? Because it's if we see if he has the same strategy against Man City, then in the first game after preseason, I don't know how will the players react and able to adjust to that. It will be interesting, very interesting to see. Will he go with the same strategy, ball possession way, and uh, try to you can say beat Guardiola on his game, on his terms? It will be very difficult. So this game is a good game to perhaps tell the audience, the fans, is Miriska versatile? Is he good enough? Or is he able to change something, right? Because I don't see. playing the same strategy that Pep used. If Maresco does that, it will be effective. So interesting first game and an opportunity for Enzo Maresca to make a statement. Chelsea Sessions, uh, Ty is in the house. The legendary Ty, the excellent analyst, is in the house. Special counsel Jerry and the tribal chief Tobeho, the South African tribal chief Tobeho, and we acknowledge him. Ty, we acknowledge Tobeho. So yeah, I mean, this is interesting to me. This can't get any better. I would like to see Enzo Maresca how he sets up the team against Manchester City, and for him to make a statement, right? For him to make a statement. So I don't know what to expect, but it's interesting. I would really love to see this game. Okay, then we have Wolverhampton Wanderers away, Crystal Palace, our London rivals, Bournemouth, West Ham again, our local rivals, and our beloved Brighton and Hove Albion. Not really lower level teams or the bottom teams, because Wolves would push to be around 10th, maybe more. Palace, same. Bournemouth, same. West Ham United would like to improve from their last season. So it's mostly the teams over here are from, let's say, ninth to 13th, somewhere along those lines. Competitive teams, not really a walk in the park. And we know that we struggle against teams who are not in the top half of the table. So we also have to see, because we saw Nico Jackson, our team on a whole, uh, as a whole, struggling against. I know they are not all low blocks, but most of them are, like West Ham, Bournemouth, Wolves, Crystal Palace, and Brighton are not. So three of these teams are low blocks. Palace, we know, as you recall, I mean, you were the first one to mention about their coach, how good they are playing. So it will be interesting, the clash against Palace. So yeah, these are games as Manchester City, the most difficult game going against his boss. Wolves, a defensive team, counter-attacking team. Palace will be neck to neck, perhaps, the way they are playing. Bournemouth again defensive, West Ham defensive, and Brighton. We see how the new coach does with them. So it's a good mix. In these six fixtures, what I see are four teams, three teams that will sit back, and three teams that will take the game to us. So it's interesting playing likes of the champions, playing the teams like West Ham United, Wolves, who would be very compact, Palace, who are very attacking. So yeah, I mean, this is good. This is a good six small sample size to give us a picture, an idea about Chelsea, how they will do under Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Also, big up to Ty, and you are welcome to share the link of your channel anytime. Also, congratulations on your your 4,000 watch hours. So it's a great, and then it shows that a Chelsea community is growing, and it's a motivation for us, me and Jerry Z, also to grow. So Jerry, in terms of the fixtures, right? I don't want to predict a lot because I remember last season after watching our preseason, I watched our first few fixtures. I thought we were going to win at least five or six of them. Boom. I think we won one or two out of 8 games or 6 games, if I'm not mistaken. So at the end of the day, I don't want to be over myself. I don't want to be overexcited. I just want to chill and wait what will happen. But overall, since the features are here, I expect Chelsea to play very well against Manchester City. I don't know what will happen, but it's a big test for Enzo Maresca. Just showing his talent, what he learned from Pep Guardiola, what he learned from Leicester City, also Palmer. Can he step up his career in terms of being a Premier League manager? It will remain to be seen. Also, in terms of Crystal Palace, man, have a good record against Crystal Palace. But at the end of the day, they have a fantastic coach who is doing well at the moment. So I hope we win at least four, four of out of 6 of our pictures. I'll say Brighton, West Ham, Bournemouth, Wolves. Crystal Palace, I'm not sure because at the moment they're doing well. So we'll wait and see what will happen. So guys, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, let us know how you feel about these Premier League fixtures. Also, do you think we're going to beat Manchester City in the first game? Right? So Jerry, please share something else and then we move on. But if you want to add something, it's okay. Oh, you're on mute.
Uh, Enzo Maresca and perhaps Manchester City on the first day made me mute, you know. So the first, I mean, I was saying that it's very difficult to predict because of our new coach Enzo Maresca. It's it's frustrating at the same time that we don't know what to expect, and we don't know his philosophy. But I think I don't know about the first six games, but I think this overall season will be very tough because the players will need time, I think, to adjust to his new strategy, which is not like Pochettino. And they are young. They took time to understand Pochettino. They will take time, I think. It will take them a lot of time to get along his playing style. So sometime we will have great games, sometimes we will have bad games. So I'm not expecting a lot from this season, to be very honest, right? So I'm not, honestly, and I don't think so we'll make a top four. I'll be shocked if we make a top four next season.
And if you make the top four, since the stream is recorded, we'll come back to this stream, right? And then
Two
you put your
hundred
hand.
$200 giveaway live on Kulistjal's podcast. It's announced live on the air. Live on the air.
You heard it, guys. You heard it, guys.
$200 giveaway to two lucky
Two lucky
winners
winners
live on
live on
Kulistjal's
Cool
podcast.
Still.
I hope it's you
I
and
hope
me
it's
who will
you and
get
me
it
who
right.
will get it right.
So in the Boxing Day, we are going to face Fulham. So are you ready for that feature? Do you have a PTHD? That's
Yeah,
something
this
might
one I'm
Yeah,
happen.
ready
this one I'm
for.
ready for.
Fulham, we do very
Fulham,
well
we do
against
very well
Fulham.
against Fulham.
We do very well against Fulham. This one I'm confident. By this time, I think the team will be a little bit rehearsed. Of course, we have a very good team compared to Fulham. We usually do very well against them. And yeah, a good Boxing Day. I can say a good Christmas gift that we will get on the Boxing Day is a win. I can already see a comfortable win against Fulham on the Boxing Day.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this feature for us will be a good one because I don't see us losing against Fulham. We have a good record against them, and we have a better team. But at the end of the day, it's all about the tactics, the mindset, the structure, everything. Are the players ready? Is the coach ready? What is the game plan? So overall, I'm not worried about this fixture. I think we're going to do well in terms of that fixture. Guys, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. I appreciate it so that the channel can grow and we're in the road for 500 subscribers. Please subscribe, support the community. Also, as soon as we're done the stream, I'll be sharing Jerry's YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to it and we grow as a community.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
these are the last six fixtures, and this is not really a good news in a way. Yeah, Fulham away. Then Everton home, of course, will be very tricky at the Goodison Park. Back to back two Liverpool's sides. One Everton home, then Liverpool. Oh, sorry, Everton home. We'll play Everton at home. Anyway, so it's still tricky. And Liverpool, Newcastle United, Manchester United. So three very tough games. Liverpool, Newcastle United, Manchester United. And even if you see the last four games, from the last four games, I mean, in the last four games, we played three very tough sides, and it gives another reason to doubt of that we'll finish top four. In case we are there, fifth, sixth, we have to catch. Then we will be playing the mighty Liverpool, who might be even challenging for the top four themselves with a new coach. Newcastle United away. Newcastle United is not in Europe. Will be more fresh, will be more recovered, and will have a better chance. Manchester United again with Ten Hag. Who knows? Who knows that Ten Hag will be sacked before the start of the new season? It's things can get crazy, but we expect Ten Hag to be there. Three very difficult games. Not a good feeling to behold at this time. I don't have a good feeling for this. In case we are 2 or 4 points behind top four, then this is not going to help in that aspect. If we are already third or fourth, then it's okay. You see the point. If we are, let's say we need 3 points. Let's say we are sixth or we are fifth. Even we are fifth. New Manchester United is fourth. We are before these six games. We are 50, 56 points or 54 points, and United is 57 or 59. And now we have these six games. You see, this could be very tricky. What do you say, sir?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think our remaining fixtures are more harder than our starting fixtures. So my prediction for this will be the time when we get to that stage or that point, we are going to face Fulham away. I think we should be in a better position. For example, let's say fifth or fourth, in order for us, will give us something to fight, rather than maybe being in the 10th, 11th, ninth, 8th, those kind of things. I want us to be in a better position to to fight and try to win most of our fixtures there, because I don't see us winning all of those fixtures. At this moment, these players are not ready to do that. But if we are in elite class, we have elite players like Drogba, Lampard, LCN, you name them. Maybe I will say, yeah, we're going to win all of them. But now we have a young team. We don't know whether the recruitment team will add more experienced players. Also, the coach is new into the Premier League. We don't know. Also, by the time we are facing Fulham away, where we will be? Will the coach still be here? Will the coach be sacked? We'll never know. We can't predict that. But in terms of my feelings or what I want us to be in a better position when we face Fulham, so that can give us an edge or a chance to fight until the end to go to the Champions League. Because this is should we should be. Chelsea should be in the Champions League every season, fighting for the Champions League trophy. So we'll wait and see what happens. I hope Enzo Maresca will prepare the players mentally, physically, emotionally to fight until the end. So yeah, that's my take, Jerry.
It's difficult to predict because the coach is so new. His style is so unique. The players are new. It's so difficult to really make anything. And yeah, I have already expressed my feeling. I think it will be a difficult season. I think we'll finish fifth, sixth. That's what I think. Fifth, sixth. Not good enough. Not too bad, but not good enough. Yeah. I don't see us finishing in the top four. I think the top four is in no particular order. It's Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool. I have already figured out the top four. So yeah, it's not a Champions League again for us. Hopefully we can do. So the question for you to Veho is, let's see if we finish fifth or sixth, and please try to analyze and tell your professional view on that. If we finish fifth, I hope we finish fourth. I would love to be wrong, third or fourth, even win the league. But of course we won't win the league. We know that it's fantasy. The best is third or fourth somehow if we can do that. So let's say if we finish fifth and sixth, fifth or sixth, not and sixth, fifth or sixth, then what should the board do? Should they sack Mariska or give him another season?
There are two different things here, Jersey. First thing, right? If the English teams do well in terms of European trophy, if you finish fifth, you stand a chance to go to the Champions League, right? That's first thing. Also, if we are not able to finish, let's say, in the Champions League qualifying group, I think Enzo Maresca, to save his life, to win Chelsea fans, to win these players, to win this board, he needs to, at least to win the Conference League and one domestic cup, which is Carabao Cup or FA Cup. I don't know which one. So if Enzo Maresca may finish fifth and then win the Carabao Cup and the Conference League, then I'll be happy because we as it's a progression. Winning a trophy is massive for us. Also, I think winning the Conference League for us, as much as it doesn't give us more money in terms of finance, but winning it will give us a European pedigree. Like Chelsea is the first team in the world to win three major European trophies. So I think that one also is very important. So we'll wait and see what will happen because we still have two games to play to qualify for the group stages for the Conference League. So I don't want to be overexcited. We'll never know what will happen. So I hope when the fixtures come, we beat that team and we go to the group stages. The rest is history.
So these are the fixtures, right? Daunting fixtures. So in September, it's also after Brighton, we still have easier fixtures, right? Until we play Liverpool away on 19th October. But then we have Liverpool and Newcastle again back to back. Similarly, if you can see, Liverpool and Newcastle are back to back in May at the end. So we will play Liverpool, Newcastle two times back to back this season. And then Manchester United and Arsenal. Oh, I just noticed that. You see, Tobeho, from 19th October, Liverpool, 26th October, Newcastle, 2nd November, Manchester United, 9th November, Arsenal, four heavyweight teams. Honestly speaking, a make or break season. And then Leicester, who could be tricky coming from Championship, and Aston Villa. So six very tough games to behold. Honestly speaking, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but this is realistic. With this start, 6, 7 games, if we really don't get a good start up until Nottingham Forest, that is 7 games, then we have Liverpool. I repeat, Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, Arsenal, Arteta, Leicester City, and Aston Villa. So Tobeho, these 6 games, I'm calling it right now, are make and break for us. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think these fixtures are very tough, but also what I can say to be positive about it is that we won't be able to play with a low block team. So that means we're going to attack. They're going to attack. So they're gonna be more open. So it's going to be a 50-50 chance that we might win those games. But as I said, it's a make or break fixtures for Enzo Maresca and Chelsea. So that's when we're going to test Enzo Maresca's mentality. Is he ready to face this kind of challenge? We'll never know. We'll wait and see. So yeah, man, these fixtures are very tough. From Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, Arsenal, Leicester City, Aston Villa. Oh my gosh, man. But
They are really
Subheho,
tough.
they are really tough.
I
I,
please go ahead. I
please go
think,
ahead. I think
and I'm not trying to make it difficult or negative. I am concerned. I am concerned because if we really screw, and let's say before that we have 7 games. In those 7 games, if we only win 2 or 3, we are around seventh, eighth in the table, right? Let's say that, and then we have these 6 fixtures. Then it's daunting. It's overwhelming, right? It's going to be very difficult. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be difficult. We need to have a good start. What I'm trying to say, in the first 7 games, we need to be around fourth or fifth or sixth at worst. We cannot afford to be ninth or tenth, Tobeho, and then go on and face these fixtures. What do you have to say?
yeah, I agree with you. I think the most important thing that we should do, and then I hope Enzo Maresca will install his style of play very quickly. Also, I hope the players will adapt to his style of play very quickly, so that it can help us in terms of being ready for the Premier League. So, what I'm saying right now, what we need to do, I think our first 10, let's say 10 to 15 fixtures for us, I think they are very important. No matter who we're facing, they are very important because they are going to give us an idea what we are going to face after that. Because I think we need to collect most of our points between our 10th and the 15th fixtures because we need to be at least in the top 4, top 5, top 6 at that stage or that point in order for us not to be further away for the top 6 like last season we've been at. For example, last season we've been almost trying to knock in the top 4, but we fell off, maybe lose 2 or 1 game, and then it took us a time for us to be in the top 6. So man, Jerry, I don't know what to say, but this this is very messy for us, and then I hope you hear my voice. I hope we do well. I hope we do well, my friend.
Yes, I mean, this is tough. This is very tough. Look, the thing is that we have a new coach, right? It really don't help. A coach who will be coaching for the first time in the Premier League. The players are still very young, right? Even though they started to play well under Pochettino in the last 6 7 games, but that is a completely different system to Enzo Maresca's system. This is the question mark that I have. And a lot of people, okay, are telling me, messaging me, hey, Jerry, you are being so negative. You are being so negative. No, but I'm trying to see between the lines. Trying to see the patterns, trying to see in footballing aspects. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's a big task, Premier League pressure, the pressure of the media, the Chelsea fans, the hot seat, the West London club, Um, it's for real, Tobeho. It's for real, right? It's not a joke. And um, I mean, if he can do that, I will be over the moon. I will make a video and literally apologize to Mariska and the sporting directors. Um, he can still do well, but as I said before, I think it will be very difficult for a top four. The first 7 games again, we still have to play Manchester City. West Ham could still be tricky, right? We know we lost 3-1 to them in the start of the season with a new coach. They still have very good players. Crystal Palace, as you said, I think they are 5 games unbeaten as well in the last season, on fire. And starting games could go any way with Mariska. This is why the preseason will be very important for Chelsea to integrate well, start well in the preseason with the games against Madrid City. The good thing is that we will play City in the preseason. So I know it's a different ball game, it's a different environment, less pressure. It's not professional, as it gets, but still. So I don't know. This is why I'm so uncomfortable. I'm not really so excited because the thing is that with what we are talking and trying to analyze, the biggest portion of our analysis goes to that we have to say, that we have to confess that we don't know because of Enzo Maresca and his first year at Chelsea Football Club. I hope the sporting directors and the owners have done their homework well. I really hope so, because we have had 2 very bad seasons, right? 2 seasons to forget of suffering, anxiety, depression, turmoil, turbulence. It's not good for the mental health after 2 decades of success, of being the best club in London, of being one of the best clubs in the world. Now this is so much suffering. And we really hope that we go and progress well. We now, I know will be happy with the top four, but top four should be a given, as you said, right? Top four should not be uh something to be very proud of. But because where we are, yes, for this season, I'll be happy if we get top four for sure. But we have to be there competing for the league in the next 2 years, right? So, tall ask. The fixtures are not so good. The first 6, 7, when we saw, we were like, okay, apart from City, it's good. But then we have 6 very big fixtures coming up. So, yeah, in the first 13 games, for sure we will know the patterns, and we can identify the trend and where we are. Hopefully, it won't be the same as it was under Pochettino when we were around 10th, 11th, and then it took us, like a snake and ladder game, right? So whenever we climb, there is a snake and we go down. So we don't want that again and again, because when it's January, February, and we are always getting bitten by the snake, then even if we win, like Pochettino said many times, that from December to May, we were in the top four. And it's true. We were in the top four in the last 5 months. But if we are lagging behind, if we are losing so much, if you are in the mid table, then even if you are in the top two, then it's difficult to get in the top four. So having a good start, being consistent is important, and that's where my reservation is to Beho. That's where all the question marks comes. Can we do that under a new coach with a new playing philosophy?
But also bear in mind, right? Bear in mind, Jersey, that even Liverpool fans, they don't know next season where will they be because they have a new coach. But if a club was there, I would say, okay, Liverpool will be a threat. Now they have a new coach. I know Arne Slot is one of the good coaches, but it's not world class yet. Even Arteta is very good coach, but it's not world class yet because he haven't won major trophies. Only won FA Cup during his first season, and then ever since they haven't won anything. So I don't want to count the Community Shield because I think it's a charity cup. So in terms of the Premier League, I see only Klopp in this league as a world class manager. Yes, Eric Ten Hag won trophies at Manchester United. Good, but last season They were so bad, but they won the trophy at the end of the season, which went good for them. So it's going to be neck and neck on the top. Also, Aston Villa are going to play in the Champions League. And if you look at their squad, they have a small squad and then they don't have many quality players. They might struggle to play the Champions League and the league at the same time. They might regress in the league. We'll never know. We'll never know what will happen. We'll wait and see. Also, with our new coach, like we said, it's a risky. We all wanted likes of Tuchel, Hansi Flick, Nagelsmann, one that have experience, one they are ready. But unfortunately, the club is not looking into that direction. So we have to
Ruben
support.
Amorim.
Ruben Amorim.
Yes, even Ruben Amorim. But as I said, we need our club are not looking into that direction. So it's not on us fans. It's the club philosophy. So like we always say, I hope this appointment is the right one. I hope this appointment will work for the benefit of the club and the fans because we can't take another banter uh, into the new season. We need to do well. We need to be ready. We need to challenge because we can't keep on saying trust the process, but there's no progression. We need to trust the process when we win trophies, when we qualify in the Champions League, when we do well, when we beat teams for fun. So I hope Enzo Maresca is ready. I hope the players is ready. I hope the sporting director will support the coach, will give the coach the right tools in order for him to be successful. I hope so, Jerry. So that's my take, Jerry.
No, you're right.
No, you're right.
I know a lot
I
of
know
fans
a
are
lot of fans are
disappointed.
disappointed.
Um, a lot of fans are disappointed, but of course we have to look forward now. We cannot just sit back, including myself, and always talk about what could have been done. Right? It hurts. I know it still hurts looking um, looking at Flick at Barcelona, but okay, perhaps he really wanted to join Barcelona. Nagelsmann, the biggest hurt is not even Flick, who is my favorite, it's Nagelsmann. Because he's very young, he's 36, 37, right? And I have to say that he's so young, we missed on that. Because it's his time. Everyone, I think it's a consensus, it's not my opinion. I wish I can say it's my opinion because I know it will be. I mean, he will be a huge success. But it's there. We have literature, we have articles, we have analysts, we have pundits, experts who believes as unanimously that Julian Nagelsmann is the best young manager out there, and he is the best talent out there. Look at his work he did with Leipzig. It's wonderful. It's unique the way he developed players. You know, even when we talk about Pochettino developing players with Tottenham, it's what Nagelsmann did with Leipzig is much better, right? And the best thing what I like about Nagelsmann and many people is that he don't have one way to play. I know with Germany he is playing in a very high line and it's good. Very young players, very dynamic, fast players. But in the club level, he has utilized just about everything. He went crazy with this 4-2-2-2, if you remember, 4-2-2-2, yeah, which was a unique, which is not really that unique, but it's not used that much. Playing, I mean, he was ahead of the game, and it's not like Pochettino playing Covil as a left back or Enzo as a 10. He would really analyze scientifically and in the training sessions. So, uh, uh, Ralph Ragnick, his mentor, right, who was at sporting director, who was looking at the sporting director aspect, worked with Nagelsmann, and he was the one who shared with us how good Nagelsmann is because in his training he would use all the scientific tools and at the same time would analyze for hours. I know most of the coaches do, but he would be quick. What I'm trying to say, he would identify the patterns, the areas to improve the voids. So this is something many people, players have said about Nagelsmann, that he is ahead of the curve. In seconds, he would identify the issues. And that is a huge point for a very young coach. Of course, had a very good tenure at Bayern, was sacked with political reason for sure, because Bayern were number one, were undefeated 8 games in a row in the Champions League. And yeah, a great start. I know only one game, but what a game we had. We'll talk on that later. So as we speak on yesterday's game, so Julian Nagelsmann, I'll say, is a big miss for Chelsea, because once he leaves Chelsea, I hope he's not at Chelsea. Once he leaves Germany, for sure, Manchester United, City, and all these clubs would want him, and he'll be, and those, whoever will get him will be very lucky. I honestly believe that. So yeah, I mean, this is my thoughts on Nagelsmann. A great coach, great scientific coach, only 36, 37, with 7 years of experience, because he retired due to an injury. Came into coaching at 28, 29. So over here we are talking about France, the favorites of Euros without a shadow of a doubt. France off to a winning start in Group D. Tobeho, before I go on, and I'll have a few sips of coffee, would you like to say something on this game? If you saw the game, N'Golo Dante, what a performance, man! What a performance, man of the match. And again, all of the Chelsea fans was missing Kante. Sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, N'Golo Kante was fantastic yesterday. I should say last night. N'Golo Kante was man of the match. He was amazing, and we can see that his recent surgery that he did at Chelsea worked very well for him, because ever since that, in the Saudi League, I think he even got an injury yet, and you can see him, and, and what a lovely move by Didier Deschamps, the French coach, by bringing N'Golo Kante back in the team. I know likes of Chouameni, Kamavinga are doing well at Real Madrid, but N'Golo Kante is special. N'Golo Kante is everything. N'Golo Kante is everywhere. You saw what happened yesterday. Oh my gosh, I was so jealous. I was so jealous. I say, what did we do? Did we let this guy leave early? But at the end of the day, this is football. Something like this will happen. Our best players, unfortunately, they will leave sometime soon. So, yeah, man, I was so jealous about N'Golo Kante, what a game for him. But also, Mbappe, for me, yesterday, he was not good. I think he missed one big chance, and he was smiling about it. And while he's a French captain, I was like, look at this kid. You won't see Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo missing those chances and smile about it. I know, yes, this is football is still young, but you can't smile by missing a big chance while you're Mbappe and you're going to Real Madrid. Just think about it. So overall, the game was fantastic. I love also Frank Reg, Frank Regnet, if I'm not mistaken, his name, the the coach of Austria. What a coach! He's a mentor for Thomas Tuchel, Klopp, Nagelsmann. These German coaches he is they are big boss. Frank Regnet, if I'm not mistaken. I
Yeah,
think
you are
okay.
almost correct. Maybe you're missing
Maybe you're
French
missing the
Thomas
French
Frank.
Thomas
Uh,
Frank.
just kidding.
Yes.
Just kidding. Uh,
Ralph Ragnick.
Ralph Ragnick.
Yeah, oh, sir, yeah, Ralph Ragnick. Thank you very much about that. What a coach! You see how he set up his team, but unfortunately, Austria couldn't create more chances to score goals. But you can see they were in the game. France was not having fun because the way Austria set up. But in terms of N'Golo Kante, what a performance for him! I'm so happy to see him like this. I'm so happy to see him as a injury-free player, and I hope he do very well in in this tournament. So, guys, before you go to you, Jerry, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button. Let us know what you feel about Chelsea Premier League fixtures. Also, in terms of the Euro, What is your favorite team? Who do you think will win the Euro? Jerry, go on.
Yes, and Golo Kante. I mean, I can't say.
Can't
I mean,
say,
more what
I
you
mean,
have
more
already
what
said.
you.
You have comprehensively explained, and the he was brilliant. I mean, he was still as good as he was at the prime of Chelsea, and I think we should have kept him for sure. I that's why I disagree with the sporting directors. Okay, this is a new philosophy, this the new roadmap going with the youth. That's fine, but you can still keep like you kept Silva. Okay, but Silva was 39, 40, right? You should have kept a Kante or even a Havertz. I'm just saying some two experienced players. We needed someone, right? uh, we needed two experienced players, like two good experienced players. Silva, of course, was at the end of his career, right? So I'm not counting that. We know he struggled a lot in the last 5, 6 months. Sterling was awful, right? He is awful from the start. We needed like a Kante. Kai Havertz, I'm saying he's really improving, right? Our Champions League winner with us. Any two players, anyone with Kante, we needed that. What I'm trying to say could be Kante or Mount, Kante or Havertz, Kante or any place you would like to choose. Who would you prefer, giving on the situation? So yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, it's painful, right? Seeing Nagelsmann with Germany, seeing Kante playing for France. Of course, he will play for France, but he's not with us anymore, right? He's not with us anymore, and we lack that. The kids like Caicedo, Enzo would have developed a lot, would have learned from the best as well. And we know how inconsistent they have been this season. Anyway, so this is already gone, but every time we look at these games, it's difficult. Yeah, so talking about Austria and Ralph Ragnick, I think Austria played very well because Ralph Ragnick could only do what he has. Playing the best team in the world, the best team of the last 8 years, I'll say, without a shadow of a doubt. France, the best team in the last 8 years. Going against them, you're going against the very best. And of course, Austria is a good team, but they have limited pool, talent resources. So if you saw the game, he played well. They in fact pressed, but that was normal because they play a very pressing high intensity style, and France always play on the counter. So France was sitting back. At times Austria were threatening, they created a few good chances, but France, their defense was so professional as always. They really dealt with that very professionally. And as you said, Mbappe missed, you can say, a sitter for him. He was 1-to-1. He had the opportunity, of course, with his pace. When he got the through ball, he ran with that. But I mean, criticize him because 9 out of 10 times he would score, even in much difficult positions. But overall, he has an underwhelming game. Griezmann was brilliant, I would say, as always. Ever since he left Atletico and went to Barca, his club career is not that amazing, but with France, he's great. Kante, you know. So overall, even Rabiot, played well. So overall, it was not that great of a performance from France. There was a lot to be desired, but they played very professionally. They were safe. They did create a lot of chances in the second half. They could have scored 3, 4 goals. And the only difference is with France and England is England also played very defensively, but they were not in control of that game. They in the second half they were awful, I would say. France, although they were very defensive, but they were compact, they were professional, they knew their roles. So this is the difference between England and France. So yeah, France I think are the favorites for sure. I think they will only grow. And yeah, I mean, one thing I would like to ask if you have an update. Mbappe probably broke his nose or something. He was bleeding and he even fell down on the ground. So, any update? Will he continue or miss the games? Do you have any update on that?
Yeah, I think I saw an article on X saying that Mbappe will miss the group games, but hopefully he will play the knockout stages fixtures. So let's wait and see and what will happen. But I feel bad for him. But anyway, France, what a strong squad. So without him or with him, they can still win their games. But this tournament caused so many surprises. So I hope he will be there. I hope France will be there. But this tournament, as I said, have so many surprises because we saw small teams surprising big teams. So guys, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the channel to everyone that you know. Just waiting for you, Jerry.
Yeah, that will be
Yeah, that will be
interesting how
interesting
it will
how it
progress.
will progress.
France will take on Netherlands on Friday, so that will be a very tough game, you know. So it's good for France to have won yesterday's game. If it was a draw, it would be very tricky. But they already have 3 points. So yeah, even without Mbappe, I think they will be the favorites against Netherlands. But that will be a very tough game. Yeah. So this game, your favorite game, right? Schran's goal earns big win for Slovakia, and two of the goals of Belgium were disallowed, including our beloved Lukaku, who scored a great goal. He was happy, he was celebrating, and then when VAR checked, there was a handball in the build-up of that goal. Do you agree? Because it was just, just a minute touch. Just he was trying, he was in the momentum, and he could not maybe get his hands back. It is debatable, but he did, of course, touch the ball. So, what do you have to say on the VAR situation when VAR disallowed the goal? And did you celebrate when the goal was disallowed? Because many Chelsea fans celebrated that Lukaku was not able to put his name on this score sheet.
To be honest, in terms of VAR and stuff, I think rules are rules. No matter how much we feel as fans, no matter we can say or talk about our opinions, right? Rules are rules. Rules of the law. If a ball hit your hand and then it leads to a goal, the goal will be ruled out. So at the end of the day, no matter if we feel harsh, it is harsh or not, it won't be allowed. So that's my take on that. But in terms of the performance, I think Belgium for me they disappointed me because they had so many opportunities to score goals in the first half and then they messed up all of them, especially Lukaku and Trossard. I think those two had fantastic chances to score goals and they messed up all of them. So what a fantastic result for is this Slovakia, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what a fantastic performance by Slovakia because you can see the way they play. They play without fear. But one thing I hated about them, they were wasting so many time. They all the time they fall on the ground and they waste time. This is my main issue with them. They should stick on playing football rather than doing childish things. So I hope they improve going forward. But at the end of the day, what a disappointing result for Belgium. So what is your take, Jerry?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy because I used to support like most of the Chelsea fans, mainly with, of course, for Lukaku as well before, and he had a good relationship in the start with us, but mainly because of Eden Hazard, right? That was the main reason for our support for Belgium. And yeah, so of course there are so many players, ex-players, current players who would play in different for different countries. So it's impossible to always be supporting all these teams. So what I'm trying to say is that many Chelsea fans are not have no association or affiliation or support for Belgium. They still do because of Hazard, maybe for Lukaku for some reason. Um, but because if you see now they are playing, mostly they have players that are our rivals, right? Like Lukaku, the guy who has messed up our system. We paid 100 million for him. He was unprofessional. He talked very negative in the media. He did not show up for training. He disrespected the club and the fans. We know that. We don't have to go there. And Kevin De Bruyne, Doku, the Man City players, right? So there is no, for me at least, and to a large majority of Chelsea fan, any kind of a affiliation for Belgium. So I was happy that they lost, to be very honest. And yes, they played well, but we needed an upset in the last 4 5 days. Everything is there are some good games, but everything was moving smoothly. So it was nice to see an upset. So yeah, that's my take. And as I said, I don't have any affiliation for Belgium. I am supporting Germany and France. These two teams are my favorites in this tournament. These two teams I like. Germany I like a lot because of the footballing structure they coach. France is many neutral people are supporting France for the last many years because they deserve it in a way they play the football from 2016 to 2024. Although they lost two finals, they lost the last World Cup final in the Euro 2016, but they're amazing with such quality. So these two teams, personally, I appreciate, I support. So yeah, nothing for Belgium. I was happy that they lost, if anything.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jerry. We have someone on the panel. Pick up Abdul.
Hey, how are you
Hey, how
today?
are
Good
you
morning.
today? Good morning. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good.
I'm very good. So, were you listening before, or should we help you to catch up?
It's my first
It's
time
my first
coming to
time
your
coming
show.
to your show. Okay. So, what we're talking about, we're talking about the the result for Euro,
Mm-hmm.
France winning 1-0. What is your thoughts about it? Also, what is your thoughts about Belgium losing that game?
I think for the Belgium game, I think the problem is I've taken a lot of time. It's all about generational talent. We've seen Belgium from 2016, 2014, 16, 18, 20, and this to 2024. They are still making the same mistake. People call, I don't know why they are second in the FIFA ranking. Please, somebody needs to tell me why are they second in the FIFA ranking when they haven't even won anything to justify their FIFA ranking. And that team, for me, ever since Eden Hazard retired for that team hasn't even gone far to the level I expected them to go. Yes, Romelu Lukaku has been their top scorer, but a missed platter of chances when it comes to tournament competition. KDB also too. He has been looking very, very suspect when it comes to international football. So some of the big names players need to start. They need to stand up, like stand up, play for your nation. It's get to a stage where it's been annoying already. It's annoying. So Belgium doesn't surprise me. It does it because this is not the first time they're behaving this way, and it won't be the last. It will not. So which one is the second? Are you talking about Italy, right, or France?
France.
Oh, for
Oh,
France national team, eh, the France national team is a really complicated team for me because for me, I don't pick them as favorite. My favorite is Portugal, who plays today. Because for me, I think they have the most balanced team for me. And I think if you look at the team, the balance of the team and the structure of the team is, I think I'm still gonna pick Portugal ahead of France. Not that I don't rate France, but I think France is good too. On their day, they can beat anybody. But again, I have my kind of favorite, which is Portugal, then followed by France, and I think followed by Germany. Those are my top three teams to win it, to go to go far through the Euro.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have Tiger Beast here says the light has improved so much. Therefore, get him money, I guess. Not yet, my friend. It's going to be a long journey, but we're going there. And also says much more success to both of you, my favorites content creators, Jerry Z and Tabaco. So we appreciate Tiger, and then you're welcome to be in the panel anytime. So Jerry, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Tigers. Thank you so much for tuning in with your busy schedule, doing the most difficult examination in economics. Thank you for the support. Thank you for tuning to the coolest chills podcast. And yeah, the lightnings are improving both at Tobejo's and my end. It's a personal investment for now, you know, in the hope that we can succeed with your support and everyone's support in the community. So thank you so much. We are trying our best, and hopefully Chelsea, Enzo Maresca will justify our efforts and do well so we can progress together. So yes, this game, Germany. Wow, Germany. What a performance, sir. What a sensational performance on the opening day. A 5-1 thrilling victory. I have not seen anything like this in the last year, I have to say that. When I watched this game and the 60th minute mark came, I said, I don't recall any Premier League game with this intensity in the last year. It was so good. Yes, of course, it was against Scotland, which is not really a good team, a big team, it, but you have to see the way Germany played. Remember, one of the greatest managers out there, Hansi Flick, was unable to succeed with them, and Nagelsmann was replaced last September. And it's not like a league that he's always working with them. Only 2-3 times he had the opportunity to work with them, and in the last 10 days, 12 days before the Euros. So we can see a quick turnaround. That's why I'm such a huge fan of Nagelsmann, along with many people. Like he worked on them. Scotland played with a back five, with even 7 to 8 players, even nine defending most of the times. Um, and it was like a huge low block, really a bus park at times. And how you can see the German team, the young team, not really a flamboyant team, a team of superstars, right? Apart from 2 3 names, many names that I will learn from you, Tobiho. I am sure they are from Leipzig, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim. So many new players, young players. They were quick. They had great. I mean, they were explosive. They were fast. So Nagelsmann used that with a very high intensity philosophy because they are quick. They have some real speed there. German. I don't know. I cannot say that they are the quickest in the 24 teams, but it looks to be that they are right up there, if not the quickest. So they have legs. A lot of young players from 16 to 24 in this German national team with a lot of pace. So he used that, and the way they attacked and they unlocked the low block was amazing. Like like the pack of hyenas, they were coming. They wingers, they integrating even in tight spaces. The way they were coordinating the 1-2s. Interchanging their positions. It was like a FIFA in a way. Like I was like, how they are doing all of that. We don't see the movements. And then they are link up plays. The wingers, dropping deep or integrating with the attack. Kai Havertz dropping deep, Musiala, getting the ball, playing a 1-2. It was amazing. I got fascinated. I was like, "Oh, Julian Nagelsmann is really amazing. He is amazing." Of course, a lot of people are texting me, asking me, if you don't win the league, Euro, what will you say? So I'll answer them. There's so many messages privately on Twitter. People saying, "Come on, Jerry, do you think that Germany will win the Euro?" Maybe. Maybe they can win. Maybe they will not win because France are the favorites, but they can win. So if Germany wins or not, that's besides the point. It has nothing to do with Nagelsmann being a good coach. He took a German team who was struggling. No one before this game. Some people are now talking about Germany, right? Tobiho, you can correct me if I'm not making sense. No one was talking about Germany in the top three. I don't see it in the mainstream, in our community, in anywhere else in these newspaper. People were saying perhaps Germany is fifth or sixth even, right? We know how bad they were in the last two tournaments. They got knocked out in the first round. This is a new team. Only we have few experienced players in this. The ones who are experienced are not even playing well, like a Neuer, right? Who are the weak link, as you said, to Beho. Sane, Kimmich, and a few others, right? Right? Uh, and Musiala, I mean, what do I have to say on Musiala? I mean, he was phenomenal. I have seen him with Bayern, but the way he played, I haven't seen these kind of skills executed regularly. His control, close control, it was similarly. I'm not comparing him to Messi, but his feet and the ball was really sticking to him. After when I watched this game, I said to you, Tobeho, as well. I have said that he will be one of the best players in one of the streams a year ago. But I saw his talent, his movement, his close control. But the way he played against Scotland, of course, some of the games with Bayern, many times there were three to four defenders who would come and close him down. He would find spaces. I haven't seen that like after Lionel Messi. I haven't seen this. This I have not honestly multiple times in the game against three, four defenders who packed him. He would make a space and he would not fall down. At times, they used to stop him. They would used to try to intersect. He would lose some of his, you can say, body control. He would perhaps go down, but somehow he will manage his body weight, his momentum, and the ball. He did it many times, and I said to myself, and I said it to you and some people, and people are perhaps thinking I'm giving him too much credit. I say he's the second best player right now after Kylian Mbappe, after seeing this game. After the game, the post-match analysis, people did compare him to Kaká and Ronaldinho. So I said, I'm not wrong. I really saw something in him. In ITV, I know you people don't like Gary Neville and uh, Roy Keane and Alan Shearer, but they were comparing him to Kaká and Ronaldinho. So I said, yeah, he's there. He really is up there. And of course, again, a huge miss for us, but again, it is what it is. So Germany played very well. It will be interesting to see how they will progress. It was a phenomenal performance. I sincerely rate them very high because they are really a great young group of players with some experienced players, with one of the best managers, in my opinion, out there. And they are playing at home. So they can do wonders, I would say. Are the favorites? No. They are not even in the top three. No, no one say they're in the top three. France, England are the top two for everyone. I mean, all the analysts, the bookmakers, France, England, it's clear they are the two best teams. Third would probably be maybe Portugal, Spain, or Spain, Portugal, Holland, and Germany is around fifth, sixth. But because they have the best manager in the tournament, in my opinion, one of the best managers in the world, Julian Nagelsmann. So I expect them. Will he win or not? It's a knockout tournament. Come on, he can go to the semi-final, get France, get knocked out. He can go to the final, play Spain, lose on the penalties. Who knows? Or lose in full time. It won't take anything, I'll say, away from Julian Nagelsmann. If he win the thing, it will be massive overachievement. This is what I'm trying to say. But I expect him to go to the semi-final at the least. If he lose, could be what I expect him to be a competitive game and then lose. I want him to win. If he lose, no, I won't change. And I think all the analysts who understand football won't change their opinion on Nagelsmann. I think France are the team to beat, and England is there. Um, Portugal, Netherlands are very, very strong, and Germany is around fourth, fifth. For Julian Nagelsmann to win the Euros, he has to overachieve. Can he do that? I think he can do that, but it will be very difficult, in my opinion. So, question from Tiger Beast. The beast from the east, Tiger Beast. To the panel, can England win the Euros? Do Southgate have what it takes? A short answer I'll give, and then I'll ask you, sir, Tobeho, to please go and answer uh, Tiger Beast question, and then we'll come to this one. Can England win the Euros? Does Southgate have what it takes? I'll have a short answer, and that answer is no. Tobeho, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, even me, my short answer is no, because I think the problem is the coach, not the players. The way he set up his team, he looks scared. He got the right tools for him to win this tournament. But the way he set up his team, it seems like he's a coward for me, because you have so many talented players on the pitch, on the bench, or you don't know how to use them. But also, you must bear in mind that normally England in major tournament, they start slowly and then they progress as time goes on. But something like that doesn't mean it will happen in many tournaments. So I think Southgate need to wake up, need to face reality, and set up his team very well. So I hope he learns from his previous tournament that England really have a good squad, but he needs to do better as a coach in order for England to win this tournament. That's my take on that. Jerry.
Yeah, I completely agree. I look, anything can happen. We cannot say for sure England will not win. They have such a great squad, the top two squad, I would say, with France in this tournament. We cannot say for sure. I have to be clear. There's a 100% I guarantee. Maybe someone will take my word and will make a crazy bet. I don't want someone to do that. But the chances are very slim because of the reasons that Tubio explained. Anything can happen. They have such a talented squad. They can, anyone can. Even Romania can win the Euros, like Greece won in 2004. Crazy things happen in a knockout. You get the momentum, win on penalties, right? Uh, uh, who knows? Switzerland can win the Euros. I'm just saying, a team who is not really up there, can go ahead and win the Euros. But what are the chances? The chances are slim. On paper, they are strong because England is a very strong squad. But when the tournament progress, quarterfinals, semifinals comes, if England clash with say France or a Netherlands or a Germany or a Spain, you people would really understand that this is where it will get tricky for Southgate. English team is built on, and it's not my opinion again. I think 95% people agree. Their strength is attacking football. They have the best midfield, best wingers, best forwards in the world, I would say. And he is playing a very, very defensive approach. And can England win? Maybe 5-7 percentage. Just to be clear, I have this much confidence. 5-7. They can have easy group in the round of 16. Maybe they play, let's say, Ukraine in the quarterfinal. They play Slovenia in the semifinal. They play Hungary. So you see what I'm trying to say. And in the final, they play Germany and somehow defend for their life and win on penalties. They can. But you see, this is my confidence. This is the way I think they can win the cup. I don't believe that they will win the cup. I honestly don't. Can they? Anyone can. All the 24 teams who are in the tournament can win, as far as statistics and probability goes. But the chances are 5-7%. The next question is, or the comment is, Nagelsmann is class apart. Bayern Munich are mad to let him go, and Chelsea owners are worse not to grab him when we could have. I completely agree, and for the last 2 weeks I'm whining and crying on that, so I don't know what else to add. We should have really gone for Nagelsmann for sure. I mean, 100%, sir. Anything you would have to say on that, to be here?
Yeah, man. I don't want to dwell on that. I know we should have got Nagelsmann, but at the end of the day, he's a German national team coach. So we can't change that. So, man, we have to live with it, and hopefully, in the near future, he will still be open to coach Chelsea. We'll never know. This is football, right? So anything can happen. So that's my take on that, Jerry. You have something else to discuss?
No,
No.
Tiger asked this question, so I wanted your take. Yeah, he's still 36, 37, so he's still very young. And of course, after he will leave Germany, he will be open for a club to coach in the club. So I hope he'll be here. We can hope that Enzo Maresca does well, but I still think he is the man before the man, as people say. We need someone else after Enzo Maresca. And yeah, the time will tell. So let's see. I don't know if he'll come back if he didn't have a good discussion with the owners, or maybe if Enzo Maresca takes us in the Champions League position and we are competitive with more experience, maybe Nagelsmann or can come. Let's see. The time will tell. It's too early to say, but as Tobeho said, never say never. And because he's so young, he has 15, 20 years. It's basically he is in the coaching sphere for 7 years, but he is 36, 37, and at his age, people don't even start. So technically, he is brand new as far as his years are concerned. He's going to be here in the next 15, 20 years. So let's see if he'll be at Chelsea, at Man City, at any other club. It will be interesting. I'm sure a lot of clubs would be looking at him. So as we move forward to Beho in our European conquest, so to
So to
Beho,
be whole, uh,
we did
Yeah,
not
go on.
touch on that. So any quick, yeah, sorry, you can quickly go if you want to give your recap, the post-match analysis of the England's game, the 1-0 win. Are you satisfied with their performance?
Before I talk about England, right, I want to talk about Germany because I think Germany really set up their team very well. They were so fantastic. You can see a team playing. You can see a team was well drilled. You can see a pattern of play. You can see movement. You can see everything that every fan of a football club will want his team to play. So overall, I think Germany played very well. They were so fantastic, and then I hope they progress the same way. They don't regress, and then as I said before, they don't be overexcited or ahead of themselves. This is football. Anything can happen. So you must take game by game. So that's my take on Germany. In terms of England, lem-
Sorry,
so
because you
sorry because
mentioned
you mentioned
Germany,
Germany,
of
of
course.
course.
And you, then
And you,
then
then
you'll analyze England, and then we'll come to this one. So, any players that you know or young players that you have observed in Bundesliga that fans should keep an eye on in this team? A lot of young players, right? Some of the players that you know or you think that can do well or we should keep an eye.
for me, it's Florian Wirtz and Jamal Masuala. But at the same time, we can't have them all, right? This is what I can say. Chelsea at the moment they have young players that they need to develop as a team, and we can see development. For example, Cole Palmer was good, Jackson was good, Noni then there, Kanye unfortunately had an injury, so we can see a progression. And also we brought Estevan Willian and uh, Kendrick Myers. So to be honest, I don't think we need to add more players. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't see. But what I know, Chelsea are interested in Jamal Musiala. But at the same time, Bayern Munich want to extend his contract, so it won't be easy to get him. But also we have this player Andrich who plays as a GM. Ah, what a beast! What a beast! I watch Bayern Leverkusen week in week out, week in week out. This guy is a beast. Endrich doesn't fear any tackle. So Germany got so many world class players, but you have to talk about Tony Cruz. Tony Cruz, champagne pass, Rolls Royce, world class player. You see what he was doing? Ah, man, what a player. If you can check his stats that game, oh my
Don't forget
god.
Kai Havertz.
No, I think Kai Havertz had a good game, not a fantastic game, just like Florian Wirtz and Musiala for me. So nothing special of Kai Havertz, to be honest. I'm not saying I'm gonna be salty because he's one of our favorite players, but I have to be honest. Kai Havertz, he was good, but not world class like Musiala and Florian Wirtz. That's my take.
And what will you say on Musiala? Do you think he is already the top five player or could be the top three player in the few years' time? Were you fascinated by the way he played? Like, were you really fascinated by the way he played?
Not really, because I watch Bayern Munich most of the time. I see him playing like this, so for me, it's normal the way he's playing. This is him play like this. So that's my take, Jerry. I know Musiala. He plays like this every time.
If so, Tuchel, I mean, did not win the league with this Jamal Musiala. My God, what do you have to say? I mean, if he plays like this, because I have not really followed Bundesliga. I was so occupied with Chelsea, as you know, throughout the season. Pochettino gave headaches. So I have seen maybe three, four games, and yeah, some good games, some good. But I have not really noticed this kind of a performance because I have watched the entire game, right? This is too good to be true. To behold the performance of Musiala. If you say this is normal, I understand normal for him, but not normal for other players. He was unstoppable. The skill sets are amazing. Like as I said, I don't know you'll agree or not. Ronaldinho level. So did Tuchel bottle it in your opinion with such great talents in his on his disposal, even Harry Kane as a forward?
Man, to be honest, in terms of Tuchel and Bayern Munich, I don't think they really bottled it because Bayer Leverkusen was on the form of their life, and then Bayern Munich couldn't even catch up with them. So every time Bayern maybe lose or draw, Bayern Leverkusen always win. So, but in terms of Bayern standards, right? I think Bayern Munich really bottled it because they won, I think, their previous 11 leagues in a row, and then Bayer Leverkusen stopped that. Also, even the last season, almost they bottled it because Dortmund lost their last game, and then Bayern Munich won their last game, and then Dortmund bottled it. So they were unlucky. So overall, I would say for me, Thomas Tuchel, for me, he underperformed at Bayern Munich because the way he played was not Bayern Munich standards. And then also, I will say this: Julian Nagelsmann was unfairly sacked at Bayern Munich due to their politics and stuff. And I hope company won't face the same issues that Thomas Tuchel and Julian Nagelsmann faced at Bayern Munich, because I see a similar trend at Bayern Munich. I see the sporting directors, technical directors on the bench sitting with the coach. I was like, what? What is this? Come on. I know this is the tradition, but that is too much for me. So
Yes,
go on,
yes,
Jerry.
I completely agree. Even back, if you go back, it's the same pattern. Hansi Flick, after doing what he did, we don't have to go there and repeat the best manager in the last 18 years for Bayern Munich. After what he achieved, he felt apart and he left. He was not sacked, but he resigned himself. So you see, there is a problem there with Nagelsmann, as you said, not on performance. He was sacked, as Tiger said. He was doing well. It was a shock. Why did you sack Nagelsmann? 8 games unbeaten in the Champions League. What else do you want in life? Tuchel, the same. Before Flick, I think they were the same patterns. That's what many analysts say. So yeah, and Vincent Company, it will be interesting. You have a great point. It will be very interesting to see for him to first of all come here and work with these players, this system. I think it might be tough, but he is a tough character. Although I know. I mean, what happened with Burnley? It's not good enough. So it's still a surprising appointment, but we can understand with Burnley he didn't have the tools, so that's a point. But yeah, it will be interesting to see. But even though he don't have the CV or the resume or the profile as a coach, but we know that Vincent Company is a very tough character. He's a tough character, and as a player, he has won a lot, so that will work for him. So thank you, Tiger Beast. Yes, please like and subscribe to the Coolest Sales podcast. Share it with your family and friends. So to Beho, you can please go ahead and discuss the English game. And before that, I'll read the comment. Why are we not going for a left back, Jerry? Will Chile and Cuckoo be enough? Let's see what happens. I mean, it's too early to say. The transfer window will close on 31st August, so it's still early days. We are just floating, you know. We will observe, see different players, especially keep an eye on the young players in Euros, in Copa America. A lot can happen. It's just the start, just the crackers, you know, you're having before the meal. So let's see. Cucurella for sure. He has won over. We'll talk on the Spain game. A lot of fans, I'm sure the board are happy with him, and he will, in my opinion, be a good fit for his for Enzo Maresca's style. Chilwell, let's see. I love Chilwell. He's a vice captain. He's a proper chill. So let's see on that. So Tobeho, Southgate did win the game. How convinced you are? And a lot of Chelsea fans are not happy that Cole Palmer did not start.
Now, in terms of Cole Palmer not studying, for me personally, I will say this. I'm glad Cole Palmer didn't start that game because I'm selfish as a Chelsea fan. I want Cole Palmer to be ready and be available for Chelsea preseason. And I don't want Cole Palmer to get injured during the tournament. But also, in terms of England fans who who love Cole Palmer, who would like him to start, I understand their feeling. But at the same time, you all know that Gareth Southgate surgical is not good enough because you can't play Trent Alexander-Arnold as a midfielder. I know he can potentially play there, but you can't play him there. So that space should be for Jude Bellingham and then maybe play Cole Palmer as the number 10. So what he did, he played Trent Alexander-Arnold as a DM and he played Jude Bellingham as a number 10. Yes, Jude Bellingham scored a fantastic goal, but overall he did nothing. So England lacked creativity there. They wanted someone who can create goals. They wanted a spark. They wanted someone who can do magic. Also, for example, look at Eze's form at Crystal Palace. Eze is doing well at Crystal Palace, but you saw Phil Foden playing as a left winger. What did Phil Foden do that game? He was a ghost. He did nothing, Phil Foden, that game. But he played, I think, 90 minutes. Even Harry Kane. So, Harry Kane, I mean, he didn't play well, but he played, I think, 90 minutes also. So that's the issue of Southgate. We have Wilkins, we have Tony there, we have Eze, who can change the game, but unfortunately, this guy, man. I don't want to talk much about England because I think their main issue is the coach. If they had a better coach, I think they should have won the World Cup or even the Euros. For me personally, the issue is Gareth Southgate. Jersey.
Yes, I agree with you. The performance was so average, especially in the second half. Even after scoring the first game, they were just defending. All they were doing throughout the half was defending. They were not creating anything with. We have discussed with the best attack in the world, I would say, from the midfield, wingers, the forwards. They're not doing that against a very normal side. I don't want to say average for respect, not to disrespect. So if they are doing this in this game, what will they do if they play France, Germany, Portugal? This is the question mark, right? And yeah, I when I saw the lineup, I agree with you because for Chelsea, I know I understand that it's good that our players don't play, but I thought he should have started Cole Palmer instead of Saka on the right. I understand he want to play Bellingham in the middle, but Saka, Palmer, I'll play instead of Saka on the right. And Trent, of course, it was strange to see him playing alongside Declan Rice. Again, I know we are happy that our players did not start for the reasons you mentioned, but I would have played Declan Rice and Conor Gallagher. And Gallagher, by the way, he came and I think around what 65th, 67 minute, and then he was good with his tackles. He was really good. One he missed, he completely mishapped in one of those tackle. It was funny. It was a late challenge and he almost got himself sent off. It was a bad, you can say, decision or judgment on his part. But besides that, three or four, I think at least three I remember, they were really good. He stopped two of their counter attacks with a very quick. This is what he's known for, right? Interceptions, tackles, and yeah, I mean, it was great to watch Conor Gallagher. I really enjoyed that.
So let's go to the next fixture. Spain versus Croatia. What a fantastic performance by Spain. I had no idea about this coach because I've not been following Spain recently. So this is my time to watch them. And oh my gosh, they were playing very, very, very well. They were cooking. Croatia, I don't know what is happening with their national team. Don't they don't they have midfielders anymore? Because you can't keep on using Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric. Uh, they're old, all of them. Man, I think it's a time for Croatia national team as a whole to move on from them. I know they are world class players, but you can't keep on playing them in major tournaments because they didn't even boss that midfielder. You saw Rodri, you saw Fabian Luiz, what they were doing, right? So, yeah, man, I love to watch Spanish. They play very well. Even Marco Corella, our player, it was so fantastic. I enjoyed watching his performance. And while we have some negative comments from Gary Neville saying that Coquerel will be Spanish weakest link in that team, but oh my gosh, Marco Corella was all over the place. He was doing very well, and I'm happy for the boy because that means he's progressed as a player. I remember Chelsea fans criticizing the club by buying Marco Corella, and we had managers who were not able to use him until Mauricio Pochettino played him as an inverted fullback. That's when we saw what Marco Corella is all about. So overall, what a fantastic performance by Spain. I'm happy with their performance. I hope they do well further in this tournament so that we can have at least eight big teams playing there knockout stages so that the tournament can be more interesting and see what will happen. So, Jerry, what's your take about this game?
Yeah, it was surprising to me the way Spain dominated Croatia. We were expecting a lot more from Croatia, but as you analyze very well, that the midfield they didn't have the legs, the pace, the intensity. So it was surprising that they are using so many players who are already, ha- they have far years off from their peak, right? And it's surprising in a way that they are still using all the great players, but they are not in the prime anymore. And Spain, I don't know, because that golden generation of Spain from 2008 to 2014, when they really dominated the world football, winning Euros, the World Cups, Xavi, Iniesta, David Villa, Sergio Ramos, all these players, PK at the prime. Uh, their philosophy is more or less the same, even with Enrique coming back. He was coaching them. So they have the same philosophy, playing a possession-based, close control football. So the only question mark is that they are not versatile. They play in the international in the same way. It is good. They played well. They showed some quality. They do have some quality. Kukurea was amazing. A workhorse. It was amazing to see him the way he played. It was amazing, right? And Morata scored. Who is criticized for not scoring in his for his club. Um, it was good. What I'm trying to say is that I'm not convinced that Spain is the team to win the Euros. They do have the squad, they do have the talent, but I think they lack, as you say, a plan B or C. They lack different playing philosophy styles. So again, it will be interesting to see when they come against if they come against the like of France, Germany, England, how they will play then. Portugal. They only play one way, and that at times could be, with good footballing strategy, could be dealt with, could be negated sometimes when they build, slowly keep possession. Teams are now intelligent enough to break them, to exploit them. So I have a concern in that situation. Spain could do well, but I personally don't see them as the favorites in this tournament.
Yeah, at the moment, we can't say much about this tournament because it's still the first games, and then the first game of the tournament can't give you the clear picture what will happen. As much as you start, you can start poorly, you can start good, but it won't determine what will happen to other teams. For example, if you look at the World Cup, Argentina started very slow. They lost their first game against Saudi Arabia, and boom, they've done well ever since they won the tournament. Even with Portugal, remember the time they won the Euros, they finished third in the tournament in the group stages, but they went all the way to win the tournament. Also, Spain in South Africa, the time they won the World Cup, they lost their first game. After that, the rest is history. So this is football. No matter how you start, doesn't determine whether you'll do well or bad in the tournament. So that's my take for now. Let address some of the results that happened in this tournament. Guys, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share the channel to everyone that you know. Also, let us know what is your thoughts about Chelsea fixtures. Give us your thoughts about what happened in the Euros tournament. What is your favorite country? Who will win the tournament? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, so this
Yeah,
is the
so
one
this
for
is the
today.
one.
The big fixture, 8 p.m. UK time, 5 hours from now. Portugal, Czech Republic. A lot of fans are excited. Portugal, exciting team, yes. I would say a dark horse. A dark horse for me is Portugal. Um, yeah, my teams are the France is definitely the favorite. England on paper are the second best, but because of the manager, I personally think they don't have a good chance. And then it's Germany, Netherlands, Portugal. More or less the same. Not the same style at all, but more or less have the same, you can say, chance to win the tournament based on their own strengths. So Portugal, I know a lot of talent out there. Tobejo, a lot of talent. One cannot disagree with that. Especially players from Porto, Sporting Lisbon. I'm sure you might know a lot of players who have worked under Ruben Amorim. So Portugal, check, and I'm sure Tobejo has a lot to say on this one.
Yeah, in terms of Portugal, man, the reason why I love Portugal is because of Luis Figo, the great legend Luis Figo. What a player! They had Luis Figo, Manish, Deco, Barletta, you name them. Oh man, what a team! What a fantastic country! I was so happy the time they host the tournament and then they lost against Greece in the final. Remember that tournament? They lost their first game against Greece and they lost their last game against Greece. But overall, I'm glad at the end final they won the Euros. I think the two previous Euros they won one of them. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, I agree with you. Uh, Portugal have so many players who based in the Portugal league, but also some of the players already had an exposure going to England, Spain, those kind of countries. For example, they have Joao Felix, they have who's that guy from AC Milan? Oh, man, Rafael Leao, Cristiano Ronaldo. Did you see the game against uh, uh, Ireland where Cristiano Ronaldo scored two goals? That first goal, oh my gosh, this guy is 40 years old, but he's still good at his age. So my big issue with Portugal is their head coach, and I hope this time he wins this tournament because remember this coach had a generational talent of Belgian players, and he couldn't even win at least one major trophy, but they were so close most of the time. So I hope this time he wins his first trophy with Portugal. I hope so. So we have the hot kid at the moment, who is João Neves, who plays for Benfica, and then his release clause is 120 million, and then most of the teams in England want him. Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, they all want him, but he's so expensive. What a player! What a fantastic player! And we have a beast in the middle, João Palhino of Wolves, and not Wolves, Fulham. You know him, a beast of a midfielder. Oh my gosh, this team will give countries a hand and headache, but also must bear in mind never rule out Czech Republic because they have players like Patrick Schick who won the league at Bayer Leverkusen is also motivated and we like to offer more for his country. And we saw major upset already in this tournament. So I hope Portugal wins today. So Jerry, what is your take on that?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the first time I watched Euros was in 2004. So I'm sure you and the audience understood what I'm trying to say. And Wow, what a performance from Portugal. Yeah, they lost the opening game in the final, but wow, and Ronaldo and many other players. Amazing. So, yes, um, a great talent. And they, as you said, you're happy they finally won in 2016, even though Ronaldo got injured, right? And they still won the final. And you said you want them to win. I know you have a lot of association because you follow their league. You love Ruben Amorim. You love them from the past, and also now because you are fascinated with their talent in the league. As you are a huge supporter of Sporting Lisbon, I completely understand that, and I also rate them very high for over the years. As I said, from 2004, even in 2008 Euros. They had some bad patches, as many teams do in international stage. It's normal. They won, as you said, in 2016. They had a good chance in the World Cup in 2018. They got knocked out. 2022, sorry, 2020, which was played in 2021 because of COVID, 2020 Euros. They people thought they could win, but only one team wins. We know that, right? But they had good performances, right? They had good performances. They have good players, and they have a wealth of talent. I say that they are the Argentina of Europe, the way they produce players. I don't know if you'll agree to that. They always have good play. Argentina, Brazil, you can say. The wealth of talent that we get from Argentina, Brazil, South America. This is the European country, in my opinion and observation, where you always get a lot of talented players, right? Every other year, every other tournament, you have so many good players. And that is very fascinating. I think they have a good chance, as I said. France, Germany, Portugal, Netherlands. If I have to say four teams, right? If I have to choose four teams who can win this tournament, who have a great chance, I'll say Germany. I mean, France, Germany, Portugal, Netherlands, in my opinion. England are better than these teams, but again, we have already analyzed that we believe they can come short. So Portugal are up there. Again, it will be a challenge for Portugal to, just like Netherlands, just like Germany. The team to beat is France. The team to beat is France. And after France, I think Germany, Netherlands, Portugal, even Spain, they are more or less the same in their own ways. So it will be interesting. And I will definitely watch this game to see how they play. They play very interesting football. They have very talented players with amazing skill sets. So would you agree to that? That I am calling them the Argentina or Brazil of Europe as far as producing a lot of quality players.
100% Chelsea, 100%. They produce talented players. This team, I don't know why they are not winning the major tournaments. They are not there neck and neck with France. But I hope sooner or later they go neck and neck with likes of France in major tournaments, and then they produce major talents. For example, in the last years, you talk about I'm talking about John Neves, John Felix, John Cancelo, the lot. You can name them all the way. Even the one they didn't pick at Sporting, I'm still pleased with. It's called Pedro Calves, right? He was not picked. I don't know why, but overall, I'm not the head coach. But it's also a top talent. So yeah, man, they produce big talents and then they sell them for a lot of money. This is what the Portuguese teams do. They produce young talents and then they sell them with a high value. Also, in terms of defense, they have Gonzalo Inacio who plays for Sporting. Also, they have as I think it's Silva who plays for Benfica, and they have one of the best goalkeepers in the world, who's Diego Costa. Diogo Costa. I mean, Diego or Diogo Costa. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Costa, the FC Porto coach. I mean, goalkeeper. Sorry about that. So I think they produce big talents, but they should win major tournaments. That's my take. Especially also with England, they have so many talented players, but they're not winning major tournaments, which is a concern. They should go neck and neck with France. At the moment, France, for me, they are dominating because they win major tournaments. So that's my take, Jerry.
Yeah, France is dominating. I agree with that. And they are playing very well. They have amazing players as well. And even Deschamps is criticized because he play very, I won't say negative or defensive, but I also used to criticize in the initial years. But to be honest, the difference between Deschamps and Southgate, I know both played defensive, but he play defensive is no problem. We love Mourinho, we love Ruben Amorim, we love Conte, you know. It's always want to clear this. I have no problem. I love defensive football. I love it. But defensive need to be productive, if that makes sense. Defensive without teeth is not good. Defensive with teeth, with vigor is good, with intensity is good. Defense, you try to really have a good shape. At the same time, you create some chances. You make sure you optimize your counter attacks. This is where the difference between France and England is. If England is defending, they are defending and you forget about the attack. Maybe one or two chances somehow there. If France is defending, they are taking their time. They know they have the wealth of talent. They have all the tools in the world. They would be very compact, take their time. They know it's 90 minutes. We'll create enough and win the game. So I think the whole professional approach is different. So what would you say? I mean, both team are defensive teams, but France is professional. They know when to counter attack. They know how to penetrate. England, if they defend, they just go in that zone and then get lost. Would you agree, or do you think, or would you disagree to that?
I agree with you, Jerry. The way England plays at the moment, they defend a lot and then they forget about creating chances. As I said before, England for me, they have fantastic attackers. As at the moment, he is on form. Watkins is on form. Cole Palmer is on form. But unfortunately, they have a issue with their coach. Doesn't know how to use those players. And for me in football, balance. Balance is the key for success in order to win games. That's the key for England to win games. You can play the players for the sake of play, right? You can play Trent Alexander Arnold as a midfielder and and say that it's going to give you a balance. It's not playing that role regularly at Liverpool. So how will he give you a balance? And in the major tournament, you can experiment because you're going to get punished. So, for example, if England set up the way they did against, like the way Romania played against Ukraine yesterday, or Austria, they're going to get punished for me personally, or against the bigger clubs. I mean, bigger teams. They're going to get punished because they were not balanced enough to create enough chances in order to win games. Even Harry Kane, I think he had 3 to 4 touches in the first half. That was shocking for the level of Harry Kane. Also, the real threat that Harry Kane did yesterday, not yesterday, I mean, the day before, yesterday, he got one chance because of Bowen. Just imagine, Bowen came, I think, in the something minute. That only one chance for England, big country like England. Come on, Jersey. I think this is a big issue with their head coach, and I hope they change the way they play. So, guys,
Yeah, please like and subscribe, share it with your family and friends. I know a lot of people perhaps are busy with some of their work schedule, preparing their meals for Euros. Always can watch this stream again on this stream will be posted. Can enjoy in the evening. Can watch tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in if you have missed that or missed some parts of it. So yeah, I agree to that. I think if you don't win this tournament or at least make a final, I think this will be the last tournament for Southgate. I think so, right? And yeah, before we wrap the show, will talk a bit on Chelsea. So before that, I'll ask you one thing that just came to my mind. So which coach do you see? Like there are reports, they always have an English coach, but they say there are so many reports, but I don't know what we can believe or not. But this time they are open for an international coach. Even Tuchel, they say could be a coach for England. Even I know. I mean, even Pochettino, because Pochettino has worked well with the young English players. So I don't know. I'm not saying that Pochettino is favorite for the English job. What I'm saying that Tuchel, Poch, they might look this route. Do you think that they, first of all, do you think this will be the last tournament if you don't win the Euros? And do you think the English FA would go for an international manager like a Tuchel or Pochettino or anyone else?
Yeah, I saw the report that England might go for Thomas Tuchel or Mauricio Pochettino. To be honest, as you mentioned, I think those two guys can do a better job than Gareth Southgate at England. Because for me, Southgate, yes, he done very well in England, but at the end of the day, for me, finish second or third in a tournament for me is not a trophy. I always say this: finish second or third is not a trophy. So they need an upgrade for England to be successful. And if they sign Thomas Tuchel, for me, I think they should go so for Thomas Tuchel, who loves England, who wants to win a major tournament, who's hungry to be successful. So I hope after the tournament, if Gareth Southgate underperform, they sack him. And he even said this that if this tournament it doesn't do well, he deserves to go. So that was his words, and I hope, I hope they sack him because England for me deserve better. Went to see Cole Palmer, went to see Conor Gallagher, our Chelsea players lifting uh, international trophies, but with Southgate, unfortunately, they won't do that. So we have Siaka here. It says hello Tebogo and all the Chelsea Football Club supporters. Big up Siaka. I hope you're good, my friend. So Jerry,
Siaka, thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe to Coolest Shells podcast, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell. In the previous days, when you subscribe, we always get the notification. Now we need to do that, right? If you don't put on the notification bell, then we are subscribed, but we have to see when the show is. So just it will take 1 second, sir, to click on the notification bell. So whenever the Coolest Shells is live or any video is posted, you will be updated. So thank you for the support. Um, yes, so now coming back to Chelsea, and yeah, I mean, this is something a lot of fans, including myself, is excited about. Chelsea have been given the go ahead to speak to Michael Ulis. Ulis is Chelsea's priority target. Second point is interesting. I'm not too sure about this at this moment. I mean, given if we can sign Ulis, Cole Palmer is expected to play more of a number 10 type of role under Mariska. Uh, I would like to have your thoughts because it will get complicated. We also have Nkunku. Um, I would prefer Palmer to play in his position. That's what I'm trying to say. So I know these are rumors. Who knows where Palmer will play where. Of course, Michael Ellis plays at the right. So I would want Palmer to play where he is playing on the right. I know he plays also in the middle, but even if we sign Olise, I don't know. This is tricky. Tubeho, you have the floor.
For me, Jersey, I want Kulpama to play as a number 10 for me to because because it's one of our biggest creative player, and the way he plays, and at the moment he's so confident. So we need a player like him in that role. And I even said it to Chelsea fans. Yes, I know as a right winger is doing very well, but ever since Mauricio Pochettino switched him to that role, plays a number 10 and give Noni Madueke a right winger role. Oh my gosh, Cole Palmer was cooking. Clearly, he knows the role very well. But as you said, if we have Olise, unfortunately or fortunately, we have to play both players in the game, and Cole Palmer have to switch to a number 10 role. But also in terms of Olise, I think Olise can play as a number 10 too because it's a creative player and he likes to drift inside every time you have the ball in him. It's not like Nori Madueke. Nori Madueke is a strictly a winger. He goes left and right, but he likes to uh, play as a touchline player. So it will be interesting thing to see. But at the same time, I want the best players in Chelsea. No matter what rivals fans will say, oh, you sign Estavian Olian and Kendrick Byers, and but you want Olise. I don't care about that. I want the best for Chelsea. Chelsea used to have in the midfielder Balak, Essien, Mikel, Lampard, Deco, Balletti, big name midfielders, and then and Carlo Ancelotti had to make sure that they all play. He tried to rotate them, but they played. And if you're not playing, this is not the fans' job. It's the player's job for him to improve more in order for him to fight for his place. Even Job Obi Mikel said it at Chelsea. It was hard for him to get a starting place, but he knew that the players that were starting were good enough at that moment, and he was learning at Chelsea. So overall, I want best players at Chelsea. Also, we used to have Torres and Drogba, two world-class strikers at Chelsea, but we couldn't care less about who's going to start and blah blah blah. As long as we get results, results are main things. And I hope we get Olise, but it's going to be tough because Manchester United one team, and at the moment we don't know yet about Manchester City. And I pray Manchester City then go and entertain this offer because it's gonna be a harsh ruling for us. And I hope we get Olise because he's a fantastic player. We saw what he did last season, even though he didn't play most of the games, but as soon as he was playing, you can see the difference. Him along Eze. So that's my take. So Jerry, do you think we need Olise?
Yeah, I mean, we should go for him. Again, one of the best young players. We cannot afford to miss such young players, such great young players anymore. I know we have messed up with Jamal Musiala and a lot of other signings as well, including Nagelsmann or Flick, or letting Kante go at the wrong time, I would say. We should go for Michael Elise because he is one of the best top three, top four young wingers in the Premier League right now. Uh, Not young. He's probably the best young in the English Premier League. But I said even compared to everyone, he is there as a top three, top four in the league. So he's that good at 22. So we should go for him. We need that. We need some real quality. Like we bought Modric, we bought Enzo Fernandez, we bought Nico Jackson, and it's not a criticism, but I'm saying we bought a lot of players who have not performed that well, who had a few good performances for the clubs. Or Enzo won the World Cup. Deco did well in his last spell. Last few months with Villarreal, Modric had a good time in Ukraine, and we bought them. But we know that Michael Elise is for real. Michael Elise has done that with a very with a mid-table club like Crystal Palace. He has performed at the highest level, and he is only 22, and he is not a potential, but already, according to my analysis, a proven quality player who can be a world-class player in a year or two. So we should go for him for sure. We cannot afford to miss this signing. It's very important for us. So you mentioned Manchester United. I have seen the link. So how I have not followed that regularly. Like Manchester United are also very serious, you think, and they will propose and go ahead and try to sign him. Do you think that's the case? If that's the case, it will be tricky. I don't know what will happen. United are going to play in Europa League. They have their own pull. What I'm trying to say. So I'm not sure if Manchester United are in the race. How serious are Manchester United according to your what you have read and what you have observed in the press?
Yeah, I think Manchester United is serious about Olise because they know Olise is a Manchester United fan. But at the same time, in terms of finance, they need to sell, I think, Greenwood, Casemiro, in order for them to generate more money to purchase the top targets. For example, now they are linked to Everton centre back Braithwaite, but they can afford him because it's worth 70 million, and then they made an offer for 35 million, which was rejected by Everton. So I don't know what is their finance situation at the moment, but I think we need to move very quickly for Olise from now until this week. I hope this week by Friday or maybe by Sunday we'll hear different news born from Austin or here we go from Fabrizio Roman. I hope so, but for me personally, won't be easy because Crystal Palace. It seems like they have an agenda against Chelsea, right? They knew that last season we were so close to getting, but they forced the kid to sign a new contract, and they said Chelsea were tapping in on their player, so they're going to report Chelsea. They didn't follow the right procedures. Unfortunately, we had to let go of the deal, and then they extended his contract. So clearly, they were not happy that they were going to sell him for 30 million. Now it's worth 60 million, which is the new risk clause. But big advantage with Chelsea, we have the brilliant Joe Shields. Joe Shields have a solid relationship with Olise. He's the main one who, for me personally, he might help us for to get Mikel Olise, and I hope we get him. I hope we get him. We need best players in Chelsea in order for us to be successful. I don't care about Arsenal, Manchester United, City, whatever. I just want the best for my club, which is Chelsea.
Yeah, that will be interesting. So a lot to discuss, discover, and unpack as the days and the summer goes. With exciting Euros still at the start, going into round of 16 in next week. A lot of interesting situation, even with the striker that is up for grabs. Copa America will also start, and then in July, in mid July, we'll go with the late July, the US tour. That will be interesting. So a lot in the summer before we take on Manchester City on 18th of August. So Tobeho, anything else would you like to say? I think we have come almost to the end of the show. Any other thing you would like to touch on, or your opinion, or your what are you looking for this week? Any interesting game? I think I'm looking for. I will be, of course, watching most of the games. The one on Friday, is very interesting. Germany, Netherlands in 3 days without, sorry, France, Netherlands. I apologize. France, Netherlands without Mbappe. So it will be interesting. Of course, we will keep an eye on the transfer news. We will have more live podcast as and when we can do in a few days. So yeah, so I will be looking forward to the French game, France game against Netherlands, and of course tomorrow, my favorite Nagelsmann in Germany will take on Hungary at 5 p.m. UK time. Sir Siaka says from South Africa, agreed, we want to sign the best players and we must have players who are willing to learn. Very well said, Sir Siaka. Tubeho.
Yeah, as you said, I'm looking forward to watch uh, German against Hungary, which they didn't start very well, but they have fantastic players. But for me personally, that game they didn't play very well. So I hope for them they do well against Germany, but it won't be easy. Remember, Germany are the host nations. They have the crowd already on their side, and they have a fantastic young coach who's trying to prove to Bayern Munich that you really messed up here. I'm going to show you that what I can do, and clearly you can see the signs with Germany at the moment. They played very well. Winning 5-1 for me was a fantastic performance. So I'm looking forward to watch tonight's game, the Turkey game, who that is playing at 5 p.m. UK time. Also, we're going to watch another game for Portugal against Czech Republic, which playing later at 8 p.m. UK time. So I'm looking forward to watch those fixtures. But in terms of Chelsea fixtures, to round up that what we've been talking about, I hope we have a fantastic run of games. Start very well and end very well. Because for me, I always say this: in order for the team to be successful in the league, you need to start on a high note. You need to show everyone that you are Chelsea. You are here to win games. You're not here to play around. You're not here to foolish around. So I hope our first 10 to 15 games in the Premier League we do very well. And then that's why we need more quality players in the club in order for us to rotate them because we're going to play Europa Conference League. The Carabao Cup is coming. So we need players to be available. The most important thing, Jersey, I hope our medical department really did analysis and research about what was happening with our injuries last season. I hope so, so that we can have players available in the next season and we do well. Because if you have the best players, no matter how you're going to set up, you're always going to win because you have the best players in the pitch, right? So I hope so that next season we won't have similar issues with our injuries because we signed Lavia who played I think 28 minutes for Chelsea, which is not good enough. We had Nkunku who played I think 4 or 5 games, but if you compare the minutes, it was less. So we need those guys next season to be fit in order for us to do well at Chelsea. And I hope so we do well. That's my take, Chelsea. And I'm looking forward to watch other games in the Euro. So guys, please like, subscribe, hit the like button, and also yeah, if you haven't watched now, watch later. Let us know in the comment section what is your thoughts about Chelsea's fixtures and what is your favorite team in the Euros? Who's the underdogs? What is your favorite team in the tournament? Gary,
Yeah, please like and subscribe and kindly share it with your family and friends. And of course, you can always watch it. I have noticed not only in this podcast and other podcasts that somehow people have this concept that it's a live stream and they missed it, that they cannot watch it. Because when you see the numbers of the live stream after when it's published, it's low. People don't usually go, and when anyone, myself including, or Tobeho or other panelists, Garvin, they put a video, a recorded video, then people can watch it the same day, next day, after 5 days. So the live transmission is the same. The only thing is that it is live. You can always be involved or live, but it is also similar like a recorded show. Once it's done, it's posted right there. So feel free to always go there and check it. So don't hesitate that it's a live show. We were not there, we cannot watch. It's same as a podcast, as a recorded show once it's done. Right, Tobeho? Please subscribe, like. We will try to do many shows in the summer. It's just the beginning, it's just the beginning of a long journey of our team in content creation. Of course, Chelsea is the team that we will cover, but Euros, World Cup, any breaking news, any new manager sacking, any big player signed for any club, we will always discuss that. But it is mostly about Chelsea. But of course, now it's a break, so people are focusing on Euros, and that's what we will do while we have Euros. So thank you, Tobeho, for having me again. Share it with your family and friends, and share your comments, and do watch it whenever you have time. Thank you, Tobeho.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it. Also, thanks to you, my friend Jerry. We will do another show soon. I think next week or during the weekend. I'll let you know soon. And thanks to Siaka who was here, Tiger, Thai Talks who was here. I appreciate you guys. And if you are not able to comment, I also appreciate you. Up the channels, guys. See you soon.